Hey, no dark signs here, just green lights. Welcome to the second video for the song Dark Signs from Sleep Token and their album Sundowning. I'm musically malnourished, and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. In these videos, we do a deep dive into the lyrics and meaning behind the music. So let's get in, see what's going on with Dark Signs. Okay. Let's see if there's an about for this song, although the abouts on Genius for Sleep Token songs and Sundowning have not been very strong. Okay, this song seems to be written from the perspective of someone who is neglectful or at least in some way hurtful in a relationship. It appears as though the narrator is reflecting upon mistakes previously made, perhaps including how their partner's lack of knowledge towards this may have been predetermined by dark signs. The lyrics are described with the following: arrogant, bitterly alone, acknowledging you have become a poisonous influence in the lives of others. Okay. Where I was raised, there were no street lights, just pitch black and passing headlights. And where we met, there must have been dark signs, omens in your skies. That's such an epic line. Most days you reach for safety, remain calm, forget that you know me. And when we met, I could see dark signs, alarm bells in your eyes. Right? This idea that I'm trying to figure out which perspective. So reaching for safety would mean not engaging with him, right? Being calm, forgetting that you know me. When we met, I could see dark signs. These alarm bells in your eyes. That's what it's me trying to figure out. Is he saying the person, like he was seeing dark signs that he shouldn't engage with them? These alarm bells, like as he looked into their eyes, these alarms that were like, don't go here? Or is it from the other person's perspective that they had alarm bells that they shouldn't engage with him? I miss the man I was the moment we left off. And I hate who I have become every time I wake up. So every time he steps into the day, which you can't, I don't feel like we can fully separate this from, again, the idea of sleep in the night and who he is during the day. He doesn't like the person he's become being with this other person. He misses who he was maybe before they met, the moment we left off, like when we If you saw the marks on my dashboard, the new scars I didn't ask for, and would you call asking for answers tear my arms off? Is this literally like frustration in a vehicle, like pounding on the dashboard? These scars maybe from a relationship. I don't think it's necessarily speaking to self-harm here. But I don't know, there was some connection to me, this idea of if you saw these scars, would you tear my arms off? Maybe like stopping me from being able to harm myself. I don't know. And then it kind of repeats from here. Let's see what this says. The marks on the dashboard suggest a violent fight within the car, though the following line about scars potentially relates the dashboard to the narrator, that their scars are on display yet go unnoticed. Disagree with the fight theory altogether. The marks on the dashboard suggest a violent fight within the car, though the following line about scars, it's the same thing. Okay, let's go see what our friends over on Reddit. Dark signs, again, this person's always taking the side of vessel to sleep or sleep to vessel. Vessel reflect on his childhood briefly before admitting he saw red flags when he and sleep met. He misses the man he was, hates who he's become under the influence of sleep. He does so every time he wakes up, further suggesting this, even though he wasn't a great man before he met sleep, he's noticeably worse now. And then this is the other page we found. Amid Vessel's battle with sleep, He nestles in more details about his complex past relationship. Pitch black omens and alarm bells are among the many dark signs that Vessel ignores while pursuing his ex-partner. Sadly, the end result was toxic. Nowadays, the partner would prefer Vessel to forget that you know me entirely. In the aftermath, Vessel barely knows himself, admitting, I miss the man I was, I hate who I've become. The track also mentions marks on the dashboard, alluding to the car crash later depicted on Take Me Back to Eden's granite. Foreshadowing? You bet. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess we'll wait and see when we get there. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll have a good conversation down there. Thanks for being with me for this one. Hope to see you in the next one, because we're eating good.